So, it is currently day 112 of our 1000 Dawns. A new day, a new opportunity. And even though I have to set off for work in an hour, and it's nearly 20 to 12 in the middle of the day, I've got a slightly better feeling about today because, listen, in the same way that having a 10-hour shift is gives me enough vindication, so to speak, to try as hard as I can. Having a shorter shift as well is, to be honest, for the exact same reason. If anything, there's even more reason to do well in a short shift because guess what? There's all the more opportunity to impress the powers that be. Sometimes it doesn't always work like that, and there are times I'm a little bit concerned that I ask far too much of myself. Then, not so much that I can't deliver, but rather I can try as hard as I can, but does it actually, amount or lead to anything? More often than not, no. But at the same time, pushing myself as much as I do, if I can apply that same sort of logic towards like other things that I do in my life, I suppose it stands to reason that things can only get better again. So there's all that just gives me all the more reason to try, and I don't think it's out of the realm of reason to say that guess what, one thing that should not be discouraged, ladies and gentlemen, is trying. And whilst there's a lot of reasons to try, even in this day and age, I will also be the first to admit that, well, at this point, what other alternative is there in reality? Because guess what? If we stop, if we go backwards, we're dead. And we are not in any way, shape, or form ready to stop or just lay down and die almost without a pause. We're going to continue, and continue we certainly will. So, ironically, I think that's just about all I've got to say. And well, yeah, that's the bit of an unfortunate and uncomfortable truth about this little journey. As hard as we're willing to work, as hard as we're willing to try, there are days where you do kind of have to go through day to day and get used to the idea of there being no hope and the idea that there is no real victory in any sight. Some days do feel a little bit like that, but not all of them. But it is when things do go wrong, or when you do have quite a bad day, despite every single thing you could have done, guess what? That's probably all the more reason to try again, because guess what? Things can easily get better. And it's not exactly as if I'm trying to do these, trying to mess up on purpose. Meantime, I'll see you guys again next time. Thank you.